Hey fam, Happy New Year. Wishing you the very best this 2025 that heaven has to offer. Wishing that every goal, every proposition that you have in your heart to do, to complete, to accomplish, to establish this year, whether it be establish a business or proceed with education or whatever it is that your goal is. I hope that this 2025 you get the motivation and enough encouragement and enough determination to see it through, whether it's a big goal, a small goal, a big accomplishment, a small accomplishment, whatever it may be. I just hope that you find the joy, the peace, and the strength that you need to do so. So Happy New Year to all my friends, family, to new friends, to new family that's out there. This is not a typical means of communication for me. I'm not used to recording video for many reasons that I can't list, or because I'm going to start tripping myself. But I want to take this time, and I want to thank you in advance for clicking on this video. I have a goal that I want to share with you. I have a something crazy that I started working on since last year, 2024, October of 2024, August, September, October. During that time, a lot of stuff. I went through a lot of stuff last year. 2024 was a very interesting year for me. It was a year of a lot of learning, a lot of processing, and a lot of understanding and personal growth. In so many areas of my life, from my inner self even to my exterior self, and work wise, family wise, even ministry wise. As some of you guys might know, I'm with a church. My parents are pastors, so I serve in the church and in different areas. But this 2024, something happened that I want to share with you, because I want to do something that I will need your help. If you're my friend, if you're a family member, if you're a new friend, I just want to ask you to hear me out for a bit and just join me on this wild video where I try to explain what it is that I'm going to do, because we're already in 2025. I've already started putting things into motion, and I'm kind of at the point where I can no longer back down. I am too far in to be able to go backwards and say, we'll start at a later date or a later time. But I really hope this serves as an encouragement to you as well. So one of the things that I experienced last year is I got to reconnect with a lot of old friends from the beginning of the year to towards the end. Many old friends, many new friends that I made. And there's something interesting that happened in a lot of those things, that around August, September, I started putting a lot of things together, and I started paying attention a little bit more to these interactions, to these conversations that I was having with, catching up with old friends, or even new friends, making new friends. For some reason, one of the topics that kept coming up in conversation for one reason or another, it was just randomness. It was always about age. Age is something that I've never really thought about. It's never been anything that concerns me or worries me at all. I'm happy with what the Lord has given me, the time that He's given me on earth, and my family and friends that have surrounded me. But some of the conversations that I had was with people that were much younger than me, some people that were my age, and some people that were older than me. And it's interesting how those different age groups had different concerns about the same topic. At the very beginning, we started with our youth at our church, a specific service for them every Friday. And it was interesting, the conversations that I was having or hearing these kids have. We're talking about 15, 16-year-old kids, 18, 20-year-old kids that are coming to these services, and some of them are participating, some of them are just, being part of the behind the scenes team, and some of them being part of worship or leadership, whatever it may be. The interesting thing is that I was speaking with a couple of them, and some of them genuinely spoke, and they said, you know what? I feel like I don't know what I'm going to do with my future. I feel like I should know by now whether I should be studying, what I'm going to study, what I need to do. But then at the same time, there's just so many things that I want to do, that I want to achieve. And I feel that I don't have enough time. And I'm over here, like, in the back of my mind of obviously being supportive and being a listening ear to them. And in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, my child, you have so much life ahead of you. And these are not things that you should really be concerning yourself about. But nonetheless, they're valid feelings. They're valid thoughts that they had. And it was just interesting to hear that perspective about life. And then I got some of the older kids that were 24 and 25-year-olds saying that, you know what, like, I started working because school was just too much. I needed some time off. And now that I understand how much education is important in what I want to accomplish, it's kind of like, I don't know how to get back into the groove. I don't know how to get back into this or that. So I feel like my life is passing me by. I'm about to be 26, 27 years old. And I feel like by this time, I should have something to show for, like a degree or some sort of means for me to get an advance in life. And at the same time, I'm like, my gosh, you're still very young. You still have so much time ahead of you to decide. But nonetheless, it was a concern that really worried him or her. Like, there was conversations with multiple people. And then the interesting part is that at work, we had some new people come in and just random colleagues that I ended up working with. And we ended up sharing some time. And it was this older gentleman that he was 65, 66 years old. And I was asking, like, hey, so how long have you been in the business? How long have you been working? And he was telling me, he's like, well, I've been in banking for about 40 years, 30, 40 years, he said. And the problem is that I made a couple of financial bad decisions, and now I'm here working. I have to work a second job because my financial decisions were not good, and I completely spent a large part of my retirement money, and I don't have anything to retire. By this age, I should be retiring. I should be enjoying the fruits of my labor, but here I am at my age trying to figure out how to make more money and how to be able to secure a future for myself and my wife. And that conversation hurt because it's not only, I not only felt the burden for himself, but at the same time, the burden of knowing that you have to provide for someone else, a family member, in this case, his spouse. I don't know if there's kids or not, but the point is that there was a lot of concern in what he was doing. This was more like a I have to kind of thing, instead of like, oh, I'm just adding this to my retirement, or I'm just enjoying this. This isn't a little extra for me to have some fun. So that conversation was about age as well. He's like, you know what? I'm at this age, I should be retired. At this age, I should be considering how I'm going to retire, what we're going to do. I should be planning these things with my spouse. But here I am worrying how to catch the next dollar, how to catch the next check, how to make ends meet, because what I was secured with on a whim, I spent my money. He ended up purchasing a sports car. I don't know how much money. Apparently, it must have been significant, because if it affected his his retirement funds, I'm assuming it was something up in the maybe 100,000, if not whatever the case. The point is that it was kind of a very midlife crisis type thing. He bought a big car, he totaled it, and like he owes on the car. And I don't know. The point is that like he still owes on the car, and he's like tied up on that. I don't know what really the situation. We didn't go into detail, but the point is that his financial situation was pretty bad, and his age didn't or doesn't really help with his scenario. So that conversation, along with other conversations similar to that, is a lot of stuff that I heard this 2024. So follow me for my next video.